Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this video. You are watching Vintage Genetics, where it's all about classic bodybuilding. And today is a back day, as you can see, and we'll add some rear delt and trap work as well, and finishing off with the triceps. We gotta keep working on those weaker muscle groups if we want to improve them. So we start out with my favorite back width exercise, at least one of the favorites, the lat pull down. And the grip is neutral here, kind of like a hammer grip, and the width of this bar is perfect for me as well. It strikes the perfect balance between targeting the width of the lats and being able to pull a heavy weight. Because the wider your arms are from your body, the further they are from your body, the weaker you get. Now this next exercise is the underhand lat pull down, and the big difference to me with this one is that you can squeeze the lats and lower back a lot better on the bottom, and it feels really natural to squeeze at the bottom, but the stretch on this one is also very good. It's a unique feeling, and when it feels unique in a good way, it's an exercise that it's worth giving a shot. So give this underhand version a try if you haven't already. Always use a full range of motion if you want the full benefit of the exercise. Then the third width, the back width exercise, the V-bar pull down, or the narrow grip pull down. And to me this gives the most superior stretch of all. The narrow grip ensures that your lats stretch even further than usual, and you can kind of see it in my back, because you are literally able to stretch your arms higher this way as opposed to a regular lat pull down. So this is a good balance between a width and a thickness exercise, but just make sure to go down far enough so that you squeeze the lats and lower back as well, if you want those thick back muscles. Always doing some poses after some sets, always nice to check your progression, of course, but it also solidifies the mind-muscle connection you have with the muscle group that you're training, because it's much easier to find and contract a muscle mentally when you have constantly felt it working during all the previous exercises. And now that we have done some back width exercises, it's time to build the thickness. Starting with the barbell row, and I like to let the bar drop at least below the knees, because if you would stay above the knee, you would be targeting the traps more as opposed to the lower and middle back thickness. The lats are also involved here, especially when you allow your back to stretch. And I don't really go that heavy on this exercise, because the heavier I go, the more upright I automatically stand. And the more upright you stand, the more your traps are involved, and what we want to focus on here is the back. And that's what you can really see during this last set. Sometimes I like to do something different, and in this case it's pause reps with the barbell row. Pausing the weight at the top and shore so that I fully use my back muscles to keep the weight there. No momentum. This gets you an amazing pump in the lower back and really fatigues it beyond regular sets. And now another classic exercise, the seated row. And I do this the golden era style, stretching all the way instead of just sitting there with a straight back. As I always say, the most important thing to do for your back is to really stretch it out far. Your back needs to be as wide and massive as possible to emulate that classical V-taper we all want. And as you can see right here in this picture straight from the 70s, Arnold used to do this in an extreme way. Just don't go extremely heavy while doing this. You are more injury prone the more you stretch out, especially in the lower back. So start out light and work your way up to a heavier weight. And always be in full control of the weight. Don't just yank yourself forward, but make sure you use your muscles to control the movement. And now it's time for some T-bar rows, also the golden era style, fully making use of the exercise by maximizing my back involvement. And this means stretching it out as far as I can, so take a narrow stance, use small plates to make sure to enlarge the range of motion to the max. And this exercise feels so much better and effective doing it this way as opposed to the super heavy upright standing way, which would target mostly the traps anyway, so really try doing it the classic way if you want to work on the V-taper and back thickness. Now the back portion of the workout is complete. I did do some dumbbell pullovers as well, but we forgot to record them. That's no excuse not to do them though, they're very important for the overall development in your back. Anyway, the next exercise concerns the posterior or the rear deltoids, those little stubborn muscles on the back of your shoulders. And what has always worked for me is to learn how to use that muscle and then isolate it with a light weight and use a lot of volume to pump as much blood into that little muscle as possible, stretching it out and forcing it to grow. And this is what I do for my side delts as well. It's simple, you cannot use heavy weights on them without involving other muscle groups, which would neglect the effect of the heavy weights anyway. Just use light weights to target those smaller muscle groups so that you prevent other muscles from aiding in the movement. And from the rear delts, I like to move on to working on the traps, as they are almost intertwined in every exercise, and I call this the duo shrugs. First you perform 10 reps with the weight in front of your body, and then with the same weight right away perform 10 reps with it behind your body. And this targets both the trap height and the trap thickness, and especially when holding the weight behind your body, you target the thickness more as you're basically pulling up. You pull upwards and you pull backwards. And that's a difference, squeezing the trap muscles together more. And I like doing supersets like this because they complement each other so well and they're easy to combine. And you can do this in the Smith machine very easily as well, or with a regular barbell, but it's going to be difficult with dumbbells. But make sure to shrug the weight all the way up and stretch all the way down. And now it's time to finish this workout by doing some triceps. And nowadays I like to finish most of my workouts with triceps, and I'm going to see whether working a small muscle group 3 to 4 times a week will help in making it grow faster. And I wouldn't do this with a big muscle group like legs, chest or back, but with the triceps I'm giving it a shot. But I don't overdo it though, because this is one exercise. But it's a superset of 2 exercises, the regular underhand tricep push down and the overhead underhand tricep extension. This targets mostly the medial and the long head. This version you're seeing right here is mostly the long head. That's the biggest head of the triceps to give it some well-deserved mass. By the way, if you have any questions you want to see in the next Q&A video, leave a comment down below with the word Q&A in it so that I know that you want it answered in the new Q&A video, or else I'll just try to answer it right away. Anyway guys, that was the workout. I rendered this video with my new computer, so higher quality videos are coming your way hopefully. And I'm going to be uploading more videos as the summer holidays are starting for me. And it's time to bring back classic bodybuilding to where it belongs, guys. Together, we can make it work. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay golden.